I guess we'll be looking at Annihilation, though. Hopefully he can get the AWP out earlier. Hopefully he can have some more impact earlier into the game. Because Mirage is a map where you can definitely AWP on both sides much more easily. The problem is, if they can't win the pistol or get some early money, then it might take some time before he gets that into his hands.
And I think that for me, it's like, look at the group play. D13 have been like fighting tooth and nail for their victories and like fighting hard in every match. You look at Invictus, like there was always a whole nother level they could move into. Like there's a whole nother gear they could shift into when it comes to playoffs. And I feel like teams like D13, Divine Vendetta, Lucid Dream, that's obviously gonna be an oddity in this one. They don't have that extra gear to switch into. Whereas Tyloo, Vici, and Invictus all do. So I don't really know what's going to happen for those teams as we move into playoffs when teams start taking the matches more seriously, since they're not really concerned about seeding as much. And I think we're going to see it yet again here. Invictus, if they continue the pace they just showed us, I find it hard to see D13 to win this. Maybe Annihilation can do something. Then again, we saw him only get the op two times on T side. No, don't go. No, come back. We're lonely. We're lonely back here.
Oh. Well, the players aren't lonely, luckily. They've got all their teammates with them. But yeah, like you were saying, I mean, Invictus were the only team to beat Tyloo in the regular season, right? That's already just a sign of the level they can play to.
That was a headache because Tyloo loses to Invictus, but Tyloo beat Vici and Vici beat Invictus. Ooh. So everyone beat each. Like it was. I don't even understand how that works out.
Well, as long as you understand how this one's going to work out, Jason, that's all we ask from you. At least for now. We've got more games coming up later. Here we go, though. Bush coming into the B bomb site. Looks like the smokes are landing where they want them to, but Tamir is not landing any shots. Rate is still alive here, though, and he's got his teammates rotating over to help him. They don't clear him, but Rate is missing some shots. He finally connects. It's into a 1v1. Viva going up against Annihilation, and Viva is just holding back. He's not going to go for any plays just yet. Annihilation moving in from this other side. Viva finally spots him out. Damage being done both ways. Annihilation looking to see if he can land these final couple of shots that he needs. He sneaks round, but he gets dinked, and Viva ends up winning it. Even though he was lower on health, he comes away with the round.
Please tell me we have that from his point of view. Because if he doesn't get that instant goosh onto Annihilation, I feel like they lose that round, 100%. I mean, they didn't check a couple of the quarters on the side either. I like the way Jasagi actually jumped out of this one, by the way. He kind of threw Tamir's aim completely off. Let's see this real quick. Rate goes for the peak. Viva clutches that out. Viva's left on the one-on-one, and yeah, that flick. That saves the round 100% for him. Well done, and Invictus again. They're going to take the pistol round where they unfortunately failed to on train. Now they have the buy up here, and they have to respect this because you can see Score pushed an underpass. He's got the Deagle Destroyer. Maybe looking to get in behind him. Yeah, he's going to fall. That's unfortunate times off the bat here for them in this round. The Deagle's going to be recovered from Destroyer. And now it's going to be the 5-on-4. That nade. It's not going to catch anyone.
Yeah, look like it bounced back there, unfortunately, but not a problem for Invictus, who already have that man advantage. Oh, Destroyer going for even more aggression. Mr. Cap's able to catch him out, but it costs him a lot of health. He's down to 6 HP there. Tamir losing out over on the other side of the map. A couple of kills in this one for D13, but both of the surviving players are very low on health. So at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the save is the main aim for them, especially with Rate picking up that AK. That would be a very valuable gun to save into this next round.
Will it be enough, though, to win them the round? I guess that's what we're going to find out here. He's the only one with head armor, so I'm assuming he's going to be keeping this weapon as well. Unless once they give it over to Mr. Cap, or maybe Annihilation or Score wants to invest into some armor to make the weapon work a little bit better. But all in all, he's probably going to be the one to hold on to this weapon. And we're still going to see Invictus take the round. It's a little bit costly. I do wonder if D13 are going to buy up around this. I think maybe if they got like one more kill, maybe 2 more kills max, then they would have been like, okay, let's buy up. Let's force behind the AK and the MP9 and then go for this round. But Annihilation, you know he's going to be one to save for the op right away.
Yeah, they can drop some pistols over as well. Rate saved a CZ there, which he tosses to one of his teammates. So they can get some guns on the rest of their players. Just try and do a bit more damage again in this round. And maybe Rate will look to save that AK again if it all goes horribly wrong for them. But we'll wait and see how the third round plays out here. Invictus have got a fair few AKs alongside these MAC-10s. Again, pretty similar buy to that previous round. Annihilation moving into top mid, but Destroyer's getting super aggressive, similar to the previous round, and it's not worked out for him. Rake gets that kill with the AK, but look at the rotation away from A. Invictus have a wide open A site that they can make the most of.
All right, so maybe Destroyer's rush worked out for him then. That's always now fallen. Gonna be a 4-on-3. They luckily still gonna have the AKs though. When they get up against the 1 AK and the 2 SMGs, they're all coming from the CT spawn. Except Tamir, who's gonna be spammed down. Scorch trying to throw a fake flash, but no one's watching. They're not being gifted any angles for shots. Viva's gonna spot out the first. They're gonna hear the second running through. Is Zhao Sage though in sight, looking to lock things down. Gets a spray onto the second, not the kill. At least the damage done. Now Score's left alone. He's gonna be overwhelmed, and Invictus gonna win another round off the back of that. Destroyer. He was a sacrificial lamb heading straight in towards B, but it worked out. They got the round.
Yeah, losing that MAC-10 was never going to be a big problem. Just about did enough to draw all of the rotations away. But here comes that AWP for Annihilation. We've seen his fast trigger. We've seen his fast shots. We'll see if he can continue it here on Mirage, as this was a nice closeout from Invictus, just having a couple of different angles combining for these kills at the end. But here is Annihilation, and he will be playing around mid to begin with. There's a bit of a gap in that smoke, which he's trying to make the most of. But Invictus not giving him the opportunity early in this one. So Annihilation not going to be coming into this round just yet. Invictus taking their time here, but they are slowly but surely stacking quite a few players on this mid position to try and take some early control.
Well, they've got the stack right. No one's heading towards A. I mean, Zhao Sage is going to be sitting back towards Palace in the meantime.
Ooh.
Boy, completely through the smoke, kills Mr. Cap. At least the B site light. See Annihilation be the one to rotate over there to help defend it, but there's no one heading towards B. Instead, they're going to be coming down middle towards short, and Scores going to get the first onto Destroyer. Loses his gun, trying to switch over to the AK, but he does secure it. Where's it going to go? It seems like it's going to be heading back towards this A direction, especially with Zhao Sage pushing up Palace, but Lion's just looking for another kill.
Oh, Score very aware of this player flanking. He gets that quick kill, but the A site is looking very vulnerable right now. Score is the only man here to try and stop this, and the spray through the smoke alongside the incendiary works out for him. The bomb should still be planted, but Score's given his team a man advantage, which could be vital for the retake. And Tamir's got them trapped on the site right now. The spray does huge damage to Zhao Sage. Viva gets another kill elsewhere, though. That could be the difference maker. It's back to a 2v2. Score still has a nade, though. Both these players could die to that nade alone. Score's not using that just yet, though. They're sticking with their rifles for now, and the nade not put into the right place. So it's going to come down to the kills at the end here. Tap onto the bomb from Tamir. Zhao Sage realizes that one is not being defused. He can see that the bomb's safe, and the CTs just don't have the time. They're going to have to back away, and Invictus are going to keep on winning rounds.
Zhao Sage is going to chase this, though. He wants to get these kills. Not sure he's going to get around in time, and it looks like they've been able to retreat away, except they might go for the face here, and Zhao Sage will fall. They will lose both players and even lose the op, but more importantly, they deny the op for Annihilation, and they cannot afford to reinvest back into this. I feel like with Viva, pushed in towards CT, if he doesn't get that kill, they lose that round. There was no kit left onto the two players for D13 trying to, play for the retake. Invictus get a little bit lucky there, I'd almost say.
Ooh, last second AWP by Viva. Yeah, very close round for Invictus there. There were a couple of fights they basically had to win them the round, and then just having Zhao Sage alive at the back of the site makes all the difference. But even that nade from Score, if that was put in the right place, that could have got the kill to begin with, which would have made all the difference. But because Zhao Sage was alone or alive at the back of the site, he was able to spot that bomb and make sure his team win the round. Invictus aren't out of the woods just yet, though. It's another buy coming in from D13. I'll look to see if they can keep the pressure on into this one. And it's another round where Invictus are taking their time to begin with. But you can see, I think they're going for that mid control again, which worked for them in the previous round. And it looks like D13 are willing to give up mid in this one as well.
You know what's odd? I just realized, how did Viva die with the op when he was CT spawn?
I think he died to the bomb.
Yeah. but he, I mean, we saw his teammate run, and his teammate was completely fine. I would have assumed Viva would have ran away just as quickly, if not quicker, when they saw that the bomb wasn't being defused.
Yeah, I guess with the bomb being planted behind that triple box, I guess it is closer to CT than you first think. I guess is my only explanation, Jason.
I didn't see where he died. So like maybe he was sitting in CT thinking he was fine. I don't know. I'm gonna try to see while we got this round going.
Oh, low time left in this one. 25 seconds, and Xiao Sage has cracked open this A site. Score with 2 great kills on the AK, though. And Annihilation is still here trying to hold, but try as he might, he ends up getting wallbanged through the box. Now Mr. Cap is left in a 1v3. He gets the gun into his hands, but there are 2 players facing him, and Flying will come away with the headshot. 5-0 Invictus Gaming, and this is not the start that D13 needed.
I mean, they like Score gets some kills, gets some damage done. He gives them 2 kills in that round, and then they get completely overwhelmed. They get completely overwhelmed on the side here. Look at this. He gets 2 Score, then Viva just flicks directly to him. Then he gets a second. Like that was disgusting. They should have been able to win that round, I would have thought. But here they are, proving me wrong. They got money for an op if they technically won it. Oh, it looks like we're just gonna see the pistols bought up here, and Invictus 5-0. They're out for blood. I think they're out for getting through to next round and just closing out their first day of work pretty quickly.
Yeah, pretty rough for D13 to have basically everyone on the right site and then to just lose the fight so badly. Especially, like you said, Score took quite a lot of attention there in that sandwich position, right? He drew the AWP over to his spot. He was hoping his teammates could help him out from the back lines, but just doesn't end up happening. And now D13 are down to a low buy. Invictus trying to, I think, make a statement here that they are here to play in the playoffs, and they are doing a good job at that right now with this 5-0 lead early in this game. Destroy's been making a couple of crazy plays. I'm glad he slowed it down.
Can confirm how Aviva died.
Okay.
So he ran back through to T-spawn. Like, he ran across the site to get in towards A ramp. Because obviously they didn't see the second player, right? And he didn't want to die to give them the op. Because if he pushed out to CT further, then he might have fallen from that. So he pushes in towards A ramp and then dies from the bomb.
Ah, that makes sense. Ooh.
Oh, Destroyer, you were just talking about him.
Yeah.
That's 2 quick kills.
It's getting a bit crazy. This time he's got his teammates backing him up, though. So even if he didn't get those kills, he would have been fine. And looking good for Invictus to win this round, perhaps without taking any casualties. Xiao Sage landing another shot. Again, just individually, you're seeing these Invictus players landing these kills so quickly. I think that's been the biggest difference. It's just how fast Invictus are on some of these kills. It's just not been something that D13 have been able to handle.
Well, we get Annihilation back with the up now. Hopefully, he can be one of the players they need to stop the rot. This is looking like a very swift and decisive 2-0 victory. I hope, Blood and Dink are out there watching right now. This game is almost already over. It feels like, this series is almost over. Obviously, I don't want to count D13 out just yet, but these rounds, even with man advantages, they've been struggling with. Mr. Cap getting spammed through a smoke in a round before we saw it out of Oi. Now they're slowly making their way towards the B side. Viva just going to be watching this angle. And Viva has hit the shot before. Jumping across. Able to catch players and Annihilation. Oh no, he gets caught looking for a nade or a smoke or something. It's a big player now down, and well, unluckily for Invictus doesn't force the rotation to come through.
Destroyer coming up through underpass once more, but the rest of his players are all waiting over at the B apartments. Mr. Cap, as that B site anchor, is about to have a tough task on his hands. The rotation's quite far away, but he is solo holding this site for now. Score is in a position where he can rotate over a little bit quicker, but here come the nades into B. Mr. Cap blinded. He's got to move back to cover. He will do so successfully, and there's the kill he was looking for. Score arrives with one of his own. Both CTs chiming in, and D13 looking good to get their first round on the board. It's all down to Viva, who burns one man alive. Oh, he gets the chance for another kill, and he's got the bomb here, so he's got time to go back to A if he wants to. 25 seconds left. He could be cutting it close here, but he's trying to make the play all the way back to A, and Rate is none the wiser right now.
Yeah, there's no way he's expecting to rotate back towards it with such little time. He's assuming Viva's just walking around the site. I think Viva's just going to run straight for it, and he's going to have to. 5 seconds left.
Ooh.
Bomb will be planted. And now Rate in the one-on-one up against Viva. This would be such a big round for them to win. A big clutch for Viva, especially denying the Opto Annihilation yet again. He has no kit.
Ooh, he just holds it. He just holds it. He bides his time. Ray ends up winning the round just by being patient there. Viva went searching for the kill, and Ray ends up winning it out for D13. So that is the first round on the board that they were so desperately looking for, but it comes about as close as it could have. And some of the players don't actually have much money here on the D13 side. There might be 1 or 2 players down to weaker weapons in this round. Here's this kill from Mr. Cap, though, to begin with, holding the B site. D13 did a good job rotating over, getting some kills back, and oh, the gun barrel was spotted by Ray. That's what made the difference. He was able to hold that angle, but like I was saying, D13 actually have to go down to a couple of MP9s in this one, even after winning that round. So this is going to be a round that, again, they have to try and win, even with a couple of weaker weapons in there.
That's unfortunate, too, because it's like, oh, we finally got a round. And then, oh, wait, we don't really have the money to fully buy up into this round still. Even utility is going to be lacking. Whereas, to be fair, for Invictus, it doesn't look like they're winning 6-0. They don't really have that much in funds to spend. They'll be able to buy up after this, even if they lose the round. Won't score. If he peeks this destroyer, might have a bullet for him. And Ray, what was that? Completely the smoke, takes down 1, destroyer spots out score, gets him down to 3 HP. Incendiary going to come through and score. Just barely get. Oh no, destroyer still gets him. I have been completely through a smoke.
Ooh, what is happening in this round? Tamir comes into underpass, gets one with the MP9. Both of these SMGs are still in play for the CTs as well. They haven't been able to upgrade them, but Ray is holding this down. Another kill for him, and it's looking likely that D13 will be winning this one. That's not a fight that Mr. Cat wants to take with the MP9. Repositions onto the site itself, but I like that he puts down that smoke. That should allow him to buy time. The rotation's starting to come through, and Xiao Sage's caught out by that. Rate with another kill. Tamir ends up closing it out on the big flank, all the way pushed through B. He flanks up through short, and D13 finally finding some success. They get a second round win on the board, and more importantly, Invictus don't actually have great money now, so this is a chance for D13 to start to build up some round wins.
Yeah, this is another feature, I'd say, of the region. What we've seen is that, like, very often we'll have teams take a lead, like 6-0, or like, okay, not even a lead, like 6 straight, 7 straight, something like that. And the other team will just come back and do the exact same thing against them. We see this happen so many times, and I do worry for D13 because they're normally a team that, when they're playing from the front, playing ahead, I guess is the better way to say it, they are easier to close out rounds. Easier to get their victories done. But I want to see some consistent play here out of them. They're still against the Deagles. We already saw out of Invictus what they can do with it before. I think this was the first map we saw them on day 1. They surprised the hell out of us with these weapons, but it's not working out too well for them here. Kind of building things up and unfortunately being let down. But a clean round here for D13 so far.
Yeah, this is what the CTs need as well. Build up some money, make sure that you have a bit of a buffer, bit of an ability to be able to buy even if you lose a round. So good for them that they will be surviving with every single player. I will be interested to see if Tamir keeps that MP9 now, because some teams like to just keep the SMGs in these sorts of rounds, and they like to just try and maximize their money, and looks like D13 will be doing that. Mr. Cap, who's been playing as that B site anchor, will be getting the MP9 into his hands. And I think on that B site, you can play pretty close quarters for the most part. So I guess that's part of the reason why he's okay taking the MP9 into this one. As for Invictus, they've got themselves a buy across the board as well. Viva getting the AWP into his hands. Annihilation on the CT side hasn't had as much impact as we were hoping, but maybe now is a chance for him to try and make the most of that sniper. It's Destroyer, though, moving in early. Bit of damage done. And over on B, Mr. Cap is down to 1 point of health, pushing all the way through the apartments. Oi is unable to clear him out, though. That smoke will keep him alive.
That's how Oi actually just backed away. He saw the smoke come in from close. But if he pushes and dies, he gives an AK over. If he sits back and does nothing, he's done a lot of damage to one player, and they don't need to necessarily clean up that kill to have a kill in their pocket. And they're heading back towards the A side. Annihilation playing up close. And honestly, this is a position he's not really going to miss too many shots. I'd definitely be afraid if I was Invictus here. Even going to be on the peak. There you go, Annihilation. So quick on the trigger. Gets the first kill. Look at Jasage now. And Jasage shuts him down. I don't think Annihilation was able to spot him out over the fire.
Oh, those mollies can be awkward sometimes to see over. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the kill, but the rest of the D13 players are looking to make the difference here. Flying almost gets the double kill. It was Destroyer who stole that away, but both CTs remain low on health here. The bomb's been dropped, though. Oi coming in for the flank, and they have no clue what's about to hit them. Oi comes in with both kills, closing it out with the headshot. He has not been having his best game so far, but those 2 kills were crucial to win his team the round. And he makes sure to step up when needed.
Again, I think the important thing is that they're not allowing D13 to chain these rounds together. I think we've seen them be one of the few teams that really struggles to have those kind of impacts. And yeah, again, you're seeing Annihilation. That had to just been like a spectator side of what we saw. It's different from what Annihilation saw. Obviously, the smoke above the fire.
Ooh.
Maybe blocking Jasage off.
Buy for Invictus.
It's a chunky buy.
Yeah.
Tech 9. Nope. I don't know why I said chunky. A Galil. Might not work out for him because D13 have money. They have the full rifles. If it doesn't look like Invictus just won the last round.
Yeah, no. It's a bit all over the place for them. Nice shot from Jasage, but Mr. Cap goes for the fight, gets a second kill, gets the AKs out of the T's hands for now. Flying and Destroyer get those AKs back, but Score rotates over. Good, solid hold from him, getting both those kills and really putting an end to Invictus's chances in this round. D13, again, getting a few rounds on the board now. It's starting to feel like a much more competitive game. It's starting to feel much more back and forth. But like you were saying, Jason, I think we still need to see D13 put up some consistent rounds, start to really build up a win streak, and hopefully they've got a chance to do that here.
I mean, for their sake, I hope they can. I'm imagining, yeah, we're going to see Deagles another time out of Invictus. And this is still a very scary prospect. I know you're looking at the full lineup of D13, and everyone out there, if you haven't been joining us these last 3 weeks, you're going to say, well, Jason, you're crazy. No. Well, maybe a little bit. I'm not going to deny that. But this is definitely a round Invictus can still take. Comes down to those 3 players hitting their shots. Annihilation coming on 3 kills. He's been having a rough game yet again. Had a rough time T side of train. CT, he really started to pick up. And, well, luckily for him, he's out right there to help protect him.
Yeah, looks like the rifles will be getting the job done in this one. Tamir pushing in for 2 kills at mid. And Oi is just waiting to see if someone overextends, just waiting to see if he can get 1 kill. Oh, Dink goes through the wall, so he's down to 42 health. And every single CT wants this kill. It's Tamir who will end up getting it. 3 for him, making sure they close out the round. Again, keeping all 5 alive. So D13 is starting to manage that economy a bit better. They're starting to be able to build up some cash. It's actually been Rate and Score, who are oftentimes the 2-star riflers for the team, who have really been stepping up. As you were saying, Annihilation has been surprisingly quiet so far in this game. But if he could step up, then D13, if they have all their 3 stars firing, they could have a really good chance to come back into this one. Here come the AKs for Invictus, though. They go back for the mid control.
100%. Like, they still have such a strong core. With all 3 of these players, you know, playing at their peak performance, like, they can beat some really good teams. Well, okay, well, that's a little unfortunate. And that's unfortunate as well, as Rate just swings a little bit too wide. Mr. Cap dies as well. And just as we start to talk about these 3 players having a great game and potentially having enough to carry them through a comeback here, they lose 3. They lose the entire B site. Again, they're just not able to chain these rounds together. It's so unfortunate. D13 Annihilation's left alone against 4. This has got to be a save out of him. I will say this, though. In games that we did see those 3 players of Score, Rate, Annihilation playing well, in some of those games against like the top of the region, they still barely like won it or still lost it. Like, it was still a close game. It wasn't like a landslide match like we just had on Train. It wasn't like a Tyloo 2-0. And there's definitely some depth lacking within the team. Oh, no. Definitely some depth lacking within the team. I think Destroyer saw him, but Annihilation didn't. Doesn't matter, though.
Yeah, it would be nice for Annihilation to save this AWP and to land some shots at the end here. Build some confidence for himself. Viva pushing in from this side. Oh, Annihilation, you got to be careful, buddy. Jumps into safety. He gets away with the AWP. And the rest of the team will certainly be able to buy around him. Yeah, again, I think that the problem, as you said, for D13 is even if they have some of their star players showing up, even if they have some of their players really stepping up, oftentimes it doesn't feel like it's enough for them. It feels like they don't have enough across the entirety of the team. You can't just rely on a couple of players to carry you through in every single game. And Annihilation has been having a quieter one this time out, but maybe this is a chance for him to do something. Oh, the aggression into underpass. He's really trying to make sure that mid is clear right now, but it's the A play they need to watch out for. Rate currently solo holding this A site.
Oh, there's the first kill. Even while blinded up, but Destroyer will be here. A little bit too much presence out of the T side for him to defend. Obviously, just good play for the retake here. Annihilation just looking for a pixel to be gifted to him. And the utility, it's not really much left. 2 flashes left for Invictus to hold on to the site. On the retake, we have a plethora to use. Destroyer not in a great position. Flying gets tagged up. He does get 2 kills though in the meantime. What? He got tagged through the wall by Annihilation. He gets 2 kills in towards CT, turns around, gets a kill on Annihilation, and gets himself a 3K. That just won him the round. Scorer can even escape with this op? I don't think so. Oh man, Flying. We talked about him before. That was a hell of a shot.
Oh, just in general, Invictus landing some insane shots throughout Mirage so far. Just how quick they are with these kills is what's ridiculous to me. There's the first spray from Destroyer. Here's Flying, though. Quick headshot on the first. They line up for him. They weren't ready for it. And then, oh, he has to transfer that spray as well. Just great shots from Invictus across the board. That has really been the difference maker, which has given them the lead so far on Mirage. 9-5 in their favor, and D13 are on their last legs in this last buy on the first half. It's only really Annihilation's AWP that they have to work with, and to me, it takes some early damage. That shot from Viva landing through the wall.
You know what makes this more scary? When they played this map last time, D13 got 1 round T side, and Invictus got 14.
Ooh. That's not a good look.
They got 5 rounds last time CT side. And then obviously it was over when things swapped over, or swapped. So, pretty similar to what we had before.
Yeah, at least they're consistent, Jason.
Yeah. That's true. that's some sort of an upside, being consistent. I think losing is unfortunately the big difference maker here.
Yeah, it's like me in matchmaking. I just consistently lose. It's great.
I mean, you couldn't be as bad as Mitch. I mean, if I have to hear one more day about his rating versus Dinko, I'm gonna.
The thing is, Mitch thinks he's good as well. That's the problem. If he just owns that he was bad, he'll be fine.
Well, he's got to have something going for him in his life.
True.
It's going to be the max 7 out of score looking to defend the site. Annihilation with the op. And actually, he was able to sneak around towards the side. The problem is Viva's still watching. Annihilation's going to get a kill. Raid's going to be swinging in from behind, Flying. Now down to the 2-on-2. There's a realistic chance they can win this round. Fortunate part is, Raid can't recover a weapon.
Raid's actually gone all the way back round to Kitchen, so they're trying to catch him out with both players coming in. Annihilation lands the shot, and it's up to Viva in the 1v2. He's looking for this first kill. He knows where the man is coming from. Oh, that shot nearly landing through the wall there, but Viva stays alive. Misses again. The tap to the bomb. Viva's got to go into the open, but he decides to play the time, and this is not looking good for D13. Viva is playing this to perfection. The Tech 9 comes out on top. 10-5 for Invictus Gaming. It comes close at the end there, but it's just been Invictus winning out the majority of these rounds.
Oh man, that was, I mean, Annihilation was in such a rough spot. Either had to stick it or try to go for the challenge. He had no kit anyway, so as long as Viva just hid, he was actually, it didn't even matter if he hid, he was going to win the round. The bomb was going to go off. What a great little flick out of him. We don't really talk about Viva and his op too much, but he does have a hell of a good op. You see him pick up the secondary for his team, and we saw a little bit on Train, him on the solo op. Let's see now. 10-5, a must-win pissed around here for D13. Again, they won 1 round on T side the last time they met. We'll see if they can maybe change how that's going to work this time. And completely overwhelming Oi. That's the good start they needed.
Yeah, Oi looked committed to trying to push into the apartments there, but he might have been better going for a jiggle peek to begin with, because he just went into the open, got overwhelmed. Tamir gets another kill, and looking good for D13 in this one. Xiao Sage landing a shot on the edge of this smoke, so Invictus still have a slither of hope here. Scores in on the flank, though. Easy kill for him. And Invictus are falling like flies at the end of this one. Just Viva remaining, and they will all gang up on him at the end there. D13 picking up that all-important pistol round to keep themselves in this game. And maybe this will be the start of a better T side for them. They've got to hope so.
I wanted to actually check if the 1 round they won was a pistol round on that Mirage match. And it was...
Ooh.
not.
Oh.
No, it was actually gun rounds.
Okay. Well, Invictus have gone for the Force.
We talked about consistency. That's a little bit inconsistent for them this time. Yeah, but they have Force, like you said, and they got Deagles. I know I said it many times, and I'll keep saying it until... well, they become consistent at losing rounds they buy Deagles. D13 are going to have to respect this and be very careful.
Looks like they are respecting it right now. They're holding back. They're waiting to see if Invictus will give anything away early into this one. Oi is getting aggressive. This could work, though. Against the MAC-10, there it is. The CZ comes out on top. It's only an SMG dropped, and it's only an SMG recovered, but it's still an early kill that Invictus will be very happy to take away. And Score has got to be a little bit careful here at mid. He is alone in this position with this AK. So if he were to go down, that could be a real issue for this D13 side. But the Mongolians will be grouping back up and seeing if they can make this A play work.
All about Viva. Oh, Score. Okay, there we go. Viva's still alive though on Sandwich. Unfortunately, takes the battle on towards Palace, gives his position up. He's gonna die. Now the 3-on-4 flying's got the Deagle, and he's been hot so far on this map. Gonna make it costly for D13, and Xiao Sage hits the first. An AK rescued. Flying's gonna push in. That's another kill. And Xiao Sage gets himself the double. Again, 3 kills coming through. Not too bad of a round here for Invictus. Wouldn't be surprised to see them force up yet again, but I think they're going to play the safe route this time. Or not. Oh, wait, just went straight to the CZ.
Yeah, I think we'll see, I guess, a bit of investment from him. I'm surprised we don't see any of the other players buying anything else.
Okay.
Like, if anything, I'd almost prefer Oi to drop a D to his teammate rather than buying the Kevlar at this point. But hey, well, okay, we've got a Zeus kill. There we go. Clearly they did buy something else. We just didn't see it. The Zeus coming into play early. And I guess Invictus are really just hoping to get 1 or 2 kills in this round, so that's not a bad start for them.
Oi did push into underpass actually from the B site, so he's getting a lot of information. He picks up a gun. Spots up Tamir, who's gonna be shot from the back. Sure, on the other side of the smoke, he's got 2 players here, and he's gonna come around the corner, and that's gonna be a clean kill with the P2K. Again, costly for the T side. Score, they're looking to make some of that money back.
Ooh, long spray from the MAC-10, but it somehow works. He nearly gets the second. It's into the 1v1. Viva only has the USP for now, but he knows that if he goes back round, there will be guns available for him. And that is the idea that he's going to go for. It's a Zeus that he's just picked up. The bomb's being planted. Viva still wants a gun. Finally gets a MAC-10. Not exactly the best weapon, but he's sticking with the USP here, and he's not going to win it. Annihilation has been quick on the AWP. This time he's quick on the AK, but that round came way too close for comfort.
And that was what, an investment of Kevlar, CZ, and a Zeus. Or maybe 2 Zeuses. Or is that Zeus?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I don't know.
I don't know.
We had this talk with Mitch and Famous.
Yeah,
the plural Famous is Famous. So
yeah.
I'm assuming the plural of Zeus is Zeus. Zeus's. No, I think it's Zeus's. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't miss Mitch enough to ask him, so.
Exactly.
Well, they're grouping up for an A hit, an A execution. There we go. Thrown in. Flying just going to back away. Play for the retake here. We've almost being gifted a shot and actually just spam straight through the smoke and score down to 56 HP. The bomb slowly going to make its way through and towards the site, so we will be playing for post plant. And look how much utility left Invictus have. This is ridiculous. They've baited out nothing on the D13 side. They're going to have everything to use on this. And even a long rotate out of Oi.
Yeah, that big flank coming through, and Oi's already putting it to use. He's got that first kill. Viva lining up these nades, but the aggression from D13 will work out for them. They'll cut off those nades before they can be used, and Xiao Sage not ready for that close angle. He backs straight up into the open arms of Ray. All the kills coming in, and just like that, D13 win the round. I don't really know what just happened, Jason, but I know that D13 won the round. That's the most important thing.
So Oi goes back to T-spawn, catches... I think it was Score trying to go in towards middle because it was planted for short. He gets the kill. But then Blinds was trying to set up a Molotov. He gets killed as the player comes around the corner, pushes the smoke at the right time. And then there was another player. Oi right there trying to set up another flashbang to throw in. And he gets caught out with a nade in hand. There's some missed timings, unfortunately, for Invictus. But good on D13 to clutch that out. Big round taken for them. And now... Invictus going to be back on force up with the Deagles.
Yeah, and D13 are going right back to it. The A play worked for them last time. It might not this time. Viva with 2 headshots on the Deag. Unfortunately, he has gone down in the meantime, but Xiao Sage lands one of his own. There was a gap on the back of that smoke, which he was able to utilize. The bomb not planted. Xiao Sage has a chance here. 1v1, but he's unable to win it. Annihilation has to clutch it out again in one of these rounds. D13 just about holding on, but it's back to a 10-10 scoreline, and so far, D13 have been able to win these T rounds, even if they've come close.
Remember what I said about the Deagles?
Yeah.
Oof. All they had were Deagles and a CZ, and they hit the shots when they needed it. That was close enough. I mean, Annihilation was one hit. One hit. And that would have been the round for Invictus. But here we go. Back into the buy. Destroyer on the AWP. Folks already coming in towards the A site right off the bat here, trying to maybe force this utility out. They're picking up the pace here. Viva is completely caught with a flashbang. Score gets the kill off of this, and he's not stopping. They charge straight into the A site. And we're going to get into a post-plant situation yet again.
Yeah, this time with an early kill for D13 as well. And this boost is going to work out. Nice shot from Destroyer. Good idea from Invictus to be able to avoid that utility. But again, it's just all the kills. A flurry of frags for D13. They don't even care to play the post plant. They just take all the fights. They win them out once again. And this has been a complete turnaround where D13 are now the ones winning the majority of these fights.
I don't even know what to say. I don't know what's going on. When they get the kills, they're just all within a few seconds of each other. I swear observers are just yelling at this match. Oh, they got the pistols and Kevlar yet again. They've come close a couple of times, and they've definitely been getting a lot more kills on CT side than we saw D13. These rounds have been so close so many times. Just missing that final kill. They've got aggressive everywhere. They got aggressive towards Palace, towards A ramp. They have a 3-man stack towards B. Looks like they might rotate some players back and go for the gamble here. As you can see, already Destroyer in towards CT spawn. I think after the beating D13 took, you know, they won the round from the Deagles, making them play extra cautious here.
Yeah, the last couple of rounds, they did just go for that straight-up A play. Straight at the start of the round, but this time showing much more respect. Playing the patience game at the start of this one. And I think Invictus has started to figure out that the B stack is not going to come into play. They've got to rotate over to A, where Flying makes noise dropping down. They have turned around as well. Score's ready for it. Good headshot up close with the AK. The rotations arrived, but Mr. Cat gets a kill alongside Annihilation. And this time around, the Pistols not in the best positions to really make the difference. Oi is the last man looking to do a bit more damage at the end here. And, ooh, oh, okay, he gets the kill eventually. But D13 are up to a 12-10 lead, and they are just dominating this T side right now. This is not what we were expecting, but they've come out swinging here in this second half.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, considering they got one round, they played T side last time. Now they've had quite a few. They've had, what, 7?
Yeah, they've won every T round, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because Invictus had 10 rounds. That you could do math, Jason. That would be true. This has been tough. Again, these rounds have been close. But Invictus are just not able to cross that line. And I want to see if D13 can keep this pace up. I mean, we still have a third map to come potentially then over onto Nuke. And that one, honestly, I don't really know who I'm going to favor going into that. 40% win rate for Invictus, 44% win rate for D13. So I'm imagining it's going to be a little bit of different teams they've been battling out against. I think a lot of losses probably going for Invictus against Vici. Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, 2 of them in there. Well, let's see now. Destroyer on the op again. Got the full buy-up out of Invictus. The hard part is that once they start winning rounds again, if they can start chaining rounds together, they're still going to be up against a D13 who can buy every round because of the loss bonus and obviously the money they've been able to save so far.
Yeah, this time I like that Invictus are using some of these early nades a bit more effectively because those fast A plays were really working against them. So they put down some early nades, some early smokes and flashes to try and counter that, to try and stop that from happening. And always had enough. He's not had much to do on this B site. He's getting aggressive and it works for him. The wide swing against Mr. Cap is something that the man holding was not ready for. Invictus finally getting a man advantage in one of these CT rounds. But again, these smokes are coming into the A site.
Destroyer's going to play ahead of it. And Molotov off his position. Definitely done their research. They've done their homework, except Tamir's going to fall to Oi, who gets another kill. That was towards the B site. Destroyer just going to be gooshed up through the corner of the box. The Viva will be there to protect him. Down to score Annihilation. Now Annihilation just gets dinked and dropped. Score's only able to get 1. Finally, a clean round coming in for Invictus. But again, the money's going to be there for D13. Part of that was just bought off the fact that Oi pushes up aggressively and gets the first kill. I think that was onto Mr. Cap. And even gets a second thereafter onto Tamir.
Yeah, there's that first fight going for the wide peak, and well, that flash through the smoke wasn't successful. This round just looked much more disjointed from D13, and I wonder if that's just because they go for a slower round. There might have been a part of D13 there that were thinking about going back to the B site if that fight against Viva went differently, but they don't get that kill that they needed. They just end up having to commit to A, and there just wasn't anywhere near as much conviction with that push. They kind of went out one by one. They weren't able to use their team play or their trades effectively. And now Invictus are the ones who are starting to grow in confidence. Flying goes for an aggressive play of his own, and he's going to get all the way through a ramp, realizing there's no one in this position. Now, there is that man in Palace that will go unchecked, but he's still going.
Oh, he's going to see the bomb, or Rate might catch him looking the wrong way. Rate's going to come around the corner. Flying. Can he get down in time? No. Sorry, as he turns around in the nick of time and spots him out. Smoke going to come in to try to buy some time. They're all going to be closing on top of him. He still gets the 1 kill. How does he get away with this? How has he not been dropped? Annihilation. He has the op in hand, but Flying just trades positions and gets out.
What?
The great escape of Flying.
He's just running around the map. He doesn't care.
And always like, wait a minute. I hear some footsteps. Wait, that's you?
That's ridiculous. Like, is this Formula 1 or what? Like, he's just done a lap of the whole map. Literally. Oh, my goodness. He gets away with it. Fair play to Flying. He is a crazier man than I am. And now he'll come back to the A site to help the defense.
2 HP, though. That's going to be tough. Destroyer, they're just Molotoving him every single time. They've been doing a really good job of just making him have to change up angles that he doesn't want to be playing from. And finds another kill. With the 2 health, he secures a second 3-on-2 and score. I don't know how you fight out of this one. He's going to fall, but Annihilation will still be here. Now with Oi on 2 HP. Annihilation's not going to be looking up, but he swings up the nick of time. He gets the kill. How? How do they win that?
Oh, he has to just snap up with a Tech 9. He goes down so low, but it's another 1v1, won by Annihilation. He's been winning the clutches for his team. It's come down to him in a couple of these rounds, and he comes out on top for his squad. It ends up being close on the time here on this A site, but Annihilation gets that first. There's the second. 10 seconds left on the clock here without the bomb being planted, and he just goes for the fight with the Tech 9. Oi was already low on health. These rounds have been coming down to the wire, but D13 keep on winning them. And look at the money for both teams now. Whoever loses this is going to have a rough time into the next one. Both teams already having some weaker weapons in there as well. This is just a complete brawl right now between these two teams to try and get this map.
I really feel like it's been the adjustment of D13 to just always have a Molotov ready for Destroyer. Plays towards triple stack, it's Molotov. Plays towards ticket, gets Molotov. He just can't get comfortable on the site with an op. Even takes the 1v1 against Annihilation, loses that battle. It's been really tough for him and so far in this game. Well, D13, they're on the precipice here. Take us to a third map. Definitely not out of their reach, and always got to be careful because Annihilation's going to be watching this angle. Have Zhao Saga there to back him up. Yeah, Rate's going to be watching their back, expecting someone to get aggressive, which as we can see, someone will be. It's going to be a Destroyer.
Yeah, I guess Destroyer's had enough of getting Molotoved on the bomb site. He's like, screw this, I'm just going to push through, get the information, and the information is very valuable. They've got 3 CTs stacked on this B site. D13, though, still have plenty of time left. They're looking to move back around, but Destroyer is moving all the way in on this flank. He'll start to realize that there's no one here. He'll start to realize D13 is still stacked in the apartments. And here's the fight he's looking for. Wow, Ray is the man who reacts first, though. He gets that initial kill. And now D13 might just try and double back here. They realize that there's probably a B stack in play, so they're going to try and see if they can move all the way back to the A site. But look at both teams moving across the map. Both teams are rotating over to A right now.
Oh, Ray's gonna be spotted. Viva gets the kill. Flying was there to help out. Zhao Sage with the Yogs able to get the first kill into Annihilation. Flying gonna peek a little bit wide here. Ooh. Gets the double spray down as well, and that's gonna be a quick nail in the coffin here. D13 Invictus take the round. He talked about money before here, Haka. Scores on 4K, Annihilation on 3.3, and Invictus, this should be a 13th round. Ideally, they can close this out. The Destroyer, I mean, it sucks he fell there on the flank. That was a hell of a shot out of Rate. But at least gave him so much information to always have the stack at the right place.
Yeah, that's what made the difference. Just allowing that rotate to come in really helped them out. You can see Zhao Sage is here first, and Flying lines them up. And D13 just took their 3rd tactical timeout. They've only got 1 more remaining. As, oh, hello. Very nice. He's known as the photographer, apparently, Jason.
I want to give you the chance because Dinko has utterly failed all of us.
All right.
Name the drone that comes in and brings these stats for us.
Oh, name the drone.
You name. Oh, so I'll tell you what Dinko came up with. And he didn't even come up with this. That's the worst part. Is I just said it, and he's like, "Yeah, that's fine."
All right.
Droney McDrone face.
Oh, that's terrible.
Right? And Dinko went along with it. So you have a round. You have until the end of this map to decide.
Oh man, that's a lot of pressure. I mean, we could just name it after Mitch in honor of Mitch not being here. Mitch loves droning on, you know?
Yeah, but that drone is an average-sized drone. So that can't work.
That's a problem, yeah.
And I don't want to hear Hockey McHawkface either, because that doesn't work.
Oh, God. Yeah, no. Maybe we can just put it to a public vote.
No. Public doesn't get a vote here.
Okay.
Don't try to get out of this. Come on.
I'm trying to weasel my way out of it. You're not letting me.
You have 3 days of broadcast.
I like that you're being
the other 15. That is one thing I definitely am.
Good to know. Score's just chilling behind this smoke. He's safe for now. Once that smoke fades, though, he'll have to turn around and be aware that Viva may be here. And Viva, holding this angle, could have the advantage. There it is. He spots him early. Damage being done. And finally, Viva wins the fight. He will break the vent to get himself away safely. And that's the real man that they needed on the D13 side gone. The man that's got 30 kills is out of this round, and it's just up to the rest of the Pistols to do what they can.
Oh, Destroyer, that was a little close. Getting a little bit of a haircut there. Going for the repeat yet again, and okay, if Annihilation got that kill on a flying, I would have screamed so loud, waking everyone up in this hotel, but they will close it out. Invictus will get the 13th on the board, and they should be rescuing the op. Flying's going to secure that. And again, D13, the money's still not there because the investment from the last round. They're taking their last time out of the map. This is not good. This is putting Invictus potentially to 14.
Yeah, they really were just relying on Score to win that first fight, I think, to try and be able to have him get into the back lines with that AK. As soon as he loses it, you can just see the rest of them having to do whatever they can, having to try and desperately win some fights that were never going to be too favorable for them. And there's our unnamed drone, again, back in the action. Can I just call him Dave? Dave the drone.
Yeah, good old double D.
Exactly.
Can we just replace
Wait,
Dinka with you?
Viva is also known as Toasty McToaster. Okay.
Oh no, production, please.
Yeah, is that Dinko in production doing that? Oh god.
No, because it would have been Joni Mc... yeah, no, yeah. Well, they're going for the full save, just the Glocks. It's looking like Invictus will be able to get themselves to 14 bar some apocalyptic event occurring on the server.
It must suck being an in-game leader in this round. Like, what do you tell your team to do? We've got 5 Glocks, guys. Let's just try and rush out A and I guess try and win some fights, which we know we're going to lose. And you can see that already happening. Xiao Sage, Destroyer, both winning fights. There we go. Annihilation gets 1. Annihilation gets 2 with the Glock. That's pretty impressive. Almost a third at the end there as well. But Destroyer comes away with it. I think that's about all D13 could have expected out of the round, but this is going to be the buy round that they were waiting for. And Annihilation doesn't go for the AWP. I thought he was saving that extra money to buy the sniper, but he goes with the AK.
I think they're going to play maybe fast-paced this round. I mean, one thing that you mentioned before that was working for them was the quick executes towards A.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, and they might be going for it. Mr. Cap. Yeah, I was wondering if they're going to peek straight into it. They're setting up for the execute. 3 players here to defend out of Invictus. Flying's up close, which is a very dangerous spot for the enemies to be holding. As you can see, Destroyer's there to back up. He hits the shot even while blinded up. Flying gets 1 before falling. Evil will be there as well. They have the stack at the right place, and they shut this down almost as quickly as the round began. Oh, and Tamir. He's giving up his position. Destroyer's holding it. He's got the protection of Viva towards Palace, so he can be aggressive with these angles. This is looking like lucky 15, unless Annihilation can pull off something crazy.
Yeah, Annihilation's waiting to see if someone gives him something here. Hoping that someone from Invictus strays too far into the open. As it stands, the B site is somewhat susceptible to being taken. Oi is pushed into the apartment, sure, but if he were to go down early, then that's the way that D13 would maybe have a chance in this one. Tamir will be going back with the bomb all the way towards the B site, but I think Invictus have realized that was their weak spot. They've rotated a second player over towards B. Annihilation is selling this fake at A, though. He gets that 1 kill he needed. They're rotating back away from this B bomb site. If Tamir can win this one fight on B, he might have a chance at the round. Annihilation is still going for it over on A as well, but here comes the push. Tamir into the B site. He's not ready. He's not ready for it. Oi shuts him down, sticking on the B site the entire time. And Invictus are up to 15. Just one more round needed for them to win this series.
And look at the money for D13. This is their chance to get RMR points. And honestly, if they want to have a chance to get into the major, they need the points here. They need to pull back this victory and push out Invictus and get further. Then have to potentially play against Vici in the semifinal. I don't know if they can have a chance to qualify here if they're not able to get more points than what they're going to accumulate. At least they're getting something for being into the playoffs, but this is rough. 2 Galils, Mac 10, a CZ. Might be unfortunate, you know, D13 playing out 9 best of 3 series in our round robin group stage, only to fall in the first match here at playoffs. I mean, someone obviously has to lose, right? But never want to be that team.
Yeah, very important round for them here. After all of those days of hard work in the group stage, they've got to win this one to keep themselves in the tournament. Score is holding this big off angle. There's no way Flying expects this. Nice shot from Score with the Galil. Gets that initial kill. And finally, the aggression from Invictus has been countered early into one of these rounds. Viva spots the man in connector. He's almost caught from the other side, though. Down low on health. And Score gets another kill through for D13. Make that 2 onto the A-bomb site. Score is making the difference for his squad right here, right now. It's Invictus who will have to try and save their guns into the next. And D13 are not going to go down without a fight in these last 2 rounds. 33 kills for Score now, by the way. What a beast.
Yeah, we talked about him. They've been flying, being the big playmakers for their teams. We're seeing exactly why. Triple kill for Score in a position with just a Galil. Keep their hopes alive. I mean, there's still technically a third VAP to come if they can pull this one back, but it would be an overtime if they're able to do it. And money, well, I mean, Viva has 5k. Jasage has 5k, so they can drop. How good will the buy really be? So Flying's on 5, Viva's on 6. Okay. But yeah, they'll have a really good buy.
Yeah, it should be fine for them. Viva dropping that AWP over to Destroyer. The gun's coming through slowly but surely. I think Viva must have something. I don't know if it's a rifle, though. Oh, it is. There you go. They have got the full rifles out, so they've been able to scrape it together at the cost of missing some nades. Still, though, Invictus with one more chance to take this series 2-0. Otherwise, we would be heading to overtime if D13 can pull this one off. Aggression coming in from Flying. This is what costed him in the last round, and you can see that Flying doesn't want to go for that same aggression all the way into A ramp again. He's just going to hold back in a more passive position this time round. Mid control looking good for D13 at the start of this one. Annihilation just holding connector. And there are 3 CTs on that A site right now. Invictus have had some issues holding A in the past, so maybe that's why they're stacking 3 players on A. They're predicting that D13 will go back to this A play, and that prediction is looking correct right now. The T's are stacking all their players over to A, and with 3 CTs here to stop them, this could be big for Invictus.
I think Viva's getting a little antsy here. You can see him wanting to push in towards Palace. Amir's been able to sneak through the smoke, though. He's gotten straight in towards jungle. I don't think they're going to expect this. I think Jasage might be watching the angle. Oh, and he spots him out. The flank's not going to work out. That might be the hopes here now of D13. Fortunately, coming to a close. Viva gets gooshed up. He's going to be pushed in from ramp at the same time. Flying's going to be there to help protect him. And Flying gets the first kill. And that's going to be Viva to chime in like that. They shut it down with the collateral onto Destroyer. And Invictus will close it out 16-14. They'll get the 2-0, and they'll advance now through to the semifinals.
Yeah, really good read at the end there. We said that they had been having some struggles on that A site, so they decide, let's